Just working on focusing. Seeing's kind of poor tonight. I'm just looking at the diffraction pattern here. It keeps doubling up and coming back to singularity. So that's seeing issues that I'm having, but that's probably about as close as I'm going to get. Working on focusing. Seeing's kind of poor tonight. Boy, the seeing's all over the place. I guess I'll go back out, see what that looks like. Yeah. We'll start there at 629. All right. That's Arcturus that I'm working on. All right, we'll stop that. See what my guider's doing here. It's still running. Let's see the shape of this star is. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Actually, I want to keep that up and not full screen, just partial screen. It's really not quite dark enough yet, but we're going to scroll over to 4965. Let me see. Or no, it's not. That's not what it is. It's not 49. It is 6946. Oops. Yeah, it's pretty low. It's only 20 degrees off the horizon right now. I may not even be able to see this over the corner of the observatory. May actually have to wait a little while. But I will go over there anyways, just because. Go ahead and slow it. Yeah, it's only 21 degrees off the horizon. It may actually be behind the observatory north wall. I'll take a shot and see if we got anything. If I can't see it yet, I'll have to wait another hour. I'll go after something else for a while, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to be able to see it. Let's let's take a 30-second shot and see what happens here. I'm at it's on there. I'm using Sequence Generator Pro tonight. I used it last time. I like it. Connects everything and disconnects everything all in one shot. Connects all the cameras, the mount, and the focuser just by telling it to do so. And I can set up sequences just like I could for in my other applications. Well, I can see the sky. Let's see here. Let me take a quick look at something here. Let's see if I can. I want to look at the star images here. I'm zoomed way in on it. Got something going on right there. Not sure I'm in focus really. Could be seeing. But there's something going on. I wonder if that's a double star there. I don't know. Okay. All right, let's go back to fit screen here. Let's take a 60-second shot. Oh, that's running. I'm going to set up my target here. Hmm. Oh, I don't have that link. It's interesting. I could set this up the right coordinates to see if it's there. All right. Do I have anything on this screen? I don't see anything here. I don't have any indicators. Let's change the camera setting here. Hmm. We're not in focus at all. All right. Let's stop this exposure. I want to get the tracker going here. Get the focus lock running too. You can tell we're low on the horizon. Seeing's jumping all over the place. Oh, where's my file? Yep, okay. Are you up and running? Yeah, you are. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Tools. Connect all. Alright, let's start this up. And let it go through its focusing mechanism. focus is not connected. Oh, it bumped it up 100 counts. Okay. Let's see what our stars look like. Let's see. It's going to work on that. Let me check to see what the main camera thinks. Let's see here. Let's pick one here. We'll take another shot. We'll take a 5-second shot. See what stars we've got available. Alright, I got one there. Let's go ahead and look at these guys. Take a shot. And a little oblate. Now that one's circular now. That's the seeing. I'm fighting with the seeing. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, focus is out at 773. It actually moved it over 150 counts out with the focus lock. But those are look, reasonable. Slightly off axis. So when I move the scope, the focus changed. Focus lock's actually pulling it back in for me. Those look pretty good. That one's fairly round. This guy's doing all the work here. He's checking the PhD star. I got him parfocal, so it's going to keep it focused. It's interesting. It moved it from 620 to 773 on the counter to pull it in. And I noticed that on the guide star, it was a little bloated. So, all right, good. That's working. I can stop that. Turn off the subframe. I can minimize this. I got the focuser up here on this thing here. So everything's within this Sequence Pro software, so it's kind of cool. I got all the controls right here on this control panel. I can control the scope, focuser, and the camera. The auto guide is on. It's using PhD too, so it's kind of cool. You start it up and you say connect everything, and it brings up everything it needs. It's a lot easier than what I was doing before. Okay, so now we've got that running. I'm going to take a 2-minute shot, see if we're on target or not. I think I'm going to change the camera settings to max gain just to see if we can detect anything on this for this shot here. So this may get washed out because of the sky conditions, but I'll crank the gain up to 600. I didn't see anything on the earlier shot, so let's take a 2-minute shot and see what happens. I could switch this to the PhD graph. Okay, right now the frame in focus is running, so we'll leave it there. This guy's bouncing all over the place. I'm only 23 degrees, 22 degrees off the horizon right now, so I'm looking through a lot of atmosphere. I'm not surprised. Pretty good guide star there. I'm not sure I'm on the galaxy yet. It's actually not quite dark, completely dark yet. And we're about a little over halfway through on that. I'm on the trial version of this software. I like it enough. I'm going to buy it. It's only $100. Almost done with our first exposure to see if we're anywhere near. Ah, of course. Like I said, I kind of figured it would be blown out. Going to drop this back down to 400. Gain was too high. All right, let's go to 400 and we'll try this again. Stop. And let's take another 2-minute shot here. 400's about what I usually run on galaxies. I run anywhere from 300 to 350 on brighter stuff. Although this galaxy's ninth magnitude, I should be able to detect it here with a 2-minute shot at 400. And I haven't turned the cooler on yet. I'm going to have to do that. Let's see, it's currently 13 degrees out there, according to this. Let's turn that on. And let's set that to 0. Oh, I should have changed this. It's going too fast. Set. Cooling it down too fast, Doug. Looks like about 20 seconds left on that. Boy, this guy's really bumping all over the place. We're about to +2. Not real good. Yeah, we're even getting out to okay, that's pretty good exposure. Let's see, there it is. It's right there. There's the galaxy right there. All right. So what I want to do is I actually want to move this down. We want to move it down this distance. I'll use this bright one to do that. I want to pull it down to here. So we'll pull this down to here. All right. Let's do that. Let's go 5 seconds here. And we'll move the scope. Yep, I'm turning the tracker off. Okay, wrong way. Let's go this way. Yep. Just a little bit more. Okay. Take one more here to see what it is at. It should be right there. All right, we'll take another exposure here. Make sure we're centered. And now I can pick a new guide star. Okay, there we go. Got a nice bright one too. Let this settle. See what our focus lock's doing here. Okay. Okay. Holy moly. That is not coming down. It bumped all the way up 3 arc seconds. This is a very, let's see, I'm thinking about where this is at. Yeah. We're chasing seeing, I think. Not guiding real good tonight. I wonder if my weight's off. Might have to check my balance. The purpose tonight is to take some images of this galaxy and see if we can detect the supernova that's there. It was discovered yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. I said the 14th, but I think it was the morning of the 14th. So, taking a single shot here to make sure I got a good framing, and then I'll start my exposures. I'm going to go 4 minutes. I'm going to go 4 minutes, and then 4-minute shots. See what we get with that. We'll try that initially. Moon's going to be coming up in about, let's see. All right, there's the, I believe this is the galaxy here. Yep, a little bit of spiral arms there. All right, we're gonna start a run here, and we're gonna take some 4-minute shots, and start it up. Run sequence. Okay. It's gonna be like watching grass grow. Let's see what we get on a few shots here, and then taking a look at my calendar here. Huh. Yeah, I got a 7 o'clock in the morning. Why is this? I thought this was running. Yep, says it is. Yep. We're in frame 1. We're 155 seconds in. This will probably be quite significantly exposed because I've doubled at the time. I just want to make sure we're getting the right target here. Then I got to figure out which 12th magnitude star is the supernova. Actually, I've got a reference here. Let me see. Yep. There's the reference. And now I'll have to figure out the angle here once I get an image back. These look like these. Yep, I've got almost the same format here. Maybe not. Let me see here. There's those two. And this one? Not sure. Wait until this frame comes back here. 80 seconds left. You can type in the text chat, the live chat. see how my tracking's going here. Not too bad. We're less than 2 arc seconds, given I'm only about, where am I off the horizon here? Let's see here. That's not going to tell me. Well, I was only at 21 degrees when I start this, so. That's holding pretty steady. Looks like the focuser's doing his job. Green across the board, so we're in good shape there. Minimize that. Ten seconds left. We'll get a blown out background here, probably. Downloading. Yep, there's the spiral arms. Now what I want to look at. Yep, so we're on target. The only question is, where should I be looking? So, the quiz for tonight. Where is the supernova? Where is it? I have to look at the reference photo I've got, which, by the way, has a reverse spiral structure to what I've got here. I think these two stars, these two and this one are my first reference, so it would be up here in this area. This is reversed. If we use these as the pointers, coming across these two, and this one, and that one, it's over here. It's one of these two is the supernova. If I'm mapping this correctly. Let me see if I can do something about that. Let me see, rotate 90 degrees. Let's see here, I need to invert it. I don't think I can invert it. Yeah, this needs to be inverted. It's inverted across this axis here, I think. Yeah, well, I'm looking at those two and this one. That's this one here. Yep, that's the right pattern. It's possibly one of these two right here. Yeah. In fact, if my guess is right, it would be this one right here. Would be the supernova. crossing over the central from these to there. It would be this one right here. This is the supernova. According to the reference, here I'll show you the reference I'm looking at, guys. Here's the reference I'm looking at right now. It's reversed. These three stars are these three stars. These two are these two. So we draw a line up here, it's on the opposite side of the core. We draw a line up here, it's on the opposite side of the core. That places it here, this one right here. Yep, it would be this one here, because these are the two that they've got, and these are the other two right up here. So this is the supernova, 12th magnitude. Took one shot, 4 minute shot, got that easily. What I'll do is I'll take the entire sequence and stack it and see what we get. But that's my guess right there. That's the supernova, according to the reference that I've got there. Very cool. Excuse me. Plus, it's kind of a neat galaxy, so I'm going to run this. This will be 4 hours of images. I can run it. Let's see if I can run it that long. Time to meridian, 8 hours. Yeah, I'll be able to run this for the whole night without doing a meridian flip. And let's see, we are currently right here. And last we checked, it was 21 degrees off the horizon. Just do this again. We're now almost 24 degrees off the horizon. So I'm pulling this out from the northeast, and it's going to come up. So we'll just run this. This is not ideal. If I run it 4 hours, I'll be 60 degrees up further, and I can stack the last hour or the last 2 hours, but we'll just keep tracking this. I don't like to jump around the sky and take like 14 different objects in one night. I like to make a run and go to bed. So, anyways, I believe this is the supernova right there. I like this software. This is actually much better than the other combinations. What was the other thing I wanted to do was to set this to park when this was done. Let me see here. How do I do that? And not here. No, where do I do that? Park when sequence right here. That's what I wanted to do. So when the sequence completes in 4 hours, the scope will park itself and not track anymore. So that should be good. We're 3 frames in. Like I said, this is the supernova. Be interesting to see if it actually changes over the night. The other thing I can do, I think that focus is probably okay. I think I'm just bloating stars. Let's see how the focus is doing here. And it's all green. It's good. Let's see what we're doing with our. That's pretty. It's staying at 749, so we're in good shape. I won't really know now that I'm in the middle of the sequence. I don't really want to stop it to check this focus because these look pretty good considering the seeing. That's something I should check. I'm going to bring up the clear sky chart here to check what it says the seeing's supposed to be like. Average. It's average right now, and actually it's going to get to be good around 1 or 2 in the morning. So, and we're still in the dark of the moon for about it's 10:40, probably for another 2 hours. See when the moon's supposed to rise. 12. Yeah, an hour and a half to moonrise will be there. So, okay. So at least get an hour and a half where the image is in before the moon starts washing it out. So I may not have to go full 60 here. Maybe I'll drop this to 2 hours. We'll just 30. And it looks like it's okay with me changing that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can change the sequence on the fly while it's actually running. I couldn't do that in the other tool. Another advantage. I like this. It brings I tell it to connect. It brings up the focuser. It brings up PhD2. Brings up the both cameras. Brings up the mount. It just brings it all up. I don't even have to manually bring up all the subsystems. It does it for me. Plus, when I'm doing my focusing, it doesn't crash on me. The other one used to crash on me while I was focusing. So, so this looks like this is going to be my tool of choice from now on. Unless I run into some problems over the next 40 days. I still got 40 days remaining on the trial. I like it. Yes, cat. I know. It's my fat cat. She always comes here and I'm busy doing something. Lets me pet her and then I got a hairy hand. Let's see if I think I can do some enhancements on this thing while I'm looking at it. Let's see. Let's see if there's something I can do there. Zoom in on selection. Draw regular. Oh, well, let's look at the supernova. Those are nice round stars. A little bit of spikes on that one. I'm not sure they're really focused because I'm looking at that spike there and it looks a little fuzzy, but that's pretty zoomed in. So the stars are nice and round. I like that. This is a FITS file, by the way, so you're going to see all this pixelation because it's only showing, it's not debayered. It's just the raw FITS files. Let's go back to centered. Focus locks. Okay, it has moved it. It's down to 719. So that came down quite a bit. It's working on this. It's got a good guide star though. That's a good guide star to work with. Yep. Oop, jumped up to 758. It's all that wonderful seeing. 50 counts is very small. It's not even a millimeter. It's total travel between 0 and 7,000 is 8 millimeters. So 1,000 counts is about a millimeter, and we're down in the 50s. So we're running about a 1/100th of a millimeter to 1/20th, about 1/20th of a millimeter movement. Very tiny movements. And my camera is, I need to check that. I'm assuming my camera got the set position. Yep. Okay, we're holding the camera at 0C right now. Good. That's the other thing. This is really nice. This controller bot panel gives me access to all the other tools. Instead of having to look at the separate focuser software, it's nice. Excuse me. Um, there's a way to stretch this. Let's do an auto stretch. There we go. There's an auto stretch, guys. Now you can really see the galaxy. Looks like crap, but we're auto stretching it. Oh, look at my vignetting's back. Down in here in this corner now. A little bit. This auto stretch will be really noisy, but it really brings out the galaxy there. Yeah, I think that guy right there is the supernova. Let's set it to that. Yeah. We'll lighten it up just a little bit. Take a look at this here. I'm going to lock the range. Alright, there we go. You can actually see the galaxy, huh? This is all rough. Just stretching it a bit so we can look at it. When I process it, it should be a lot smoother than that. But at least you know we're looking at it. thought I'd gotten rid of that vignetting, but apparently not. It'll be interesting when we get this processed. See how that works out. Just I'll be right back. Gonna take a 3-minute break, get something to drink. I'm back. So we're how many frames in are we here? Got 7. We're on the 7th frame. I've stretched it a little bit so we can see the galaxy. This is raw format. I believe that is the supernova right there. It's 12th magnitude. I wonder if there's a way I can. Let's see here. I don't have an observatory. I, I don't have a rotator. I don't have a flat box. Scope centering. View options. I don't have any of those. Window. Okay, tools. I wonder if there's a way I can have it bring back the preview in the Bayard form. Yeah, I can do a mosaic with this software. It's kind of cool. I'll have to try that sometime. Here's where you can connect all the equipment. It's all connected already. Let's see what the options are. General options, autosave sequence, prompt import fields of wheel. Okay. Auto stretch level. Sequence options. I'm learning about this software. It's probably worked with this a second night now with it. Okay, that's okay. Let's see here. What is this? That's bad. What does this do? That flips it. I want to figure out if there's some way I can debayer the preview window. Guiders. Got a good focus. Check my guiding. Guiding pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, look at that sucker. Whew. It's bumping out 2 arc seconds. I wonder if I'm imbalanced a little bit. Not balanced to the east correctly. Yeah, it might be seeing. Might be chasing the seeing a little bit. The deck's okay. It's hanging with less than arc seconds. The R rate, it's jumping a bit. Yeah, pretty good shape there. Got a good signal. See what the stat is. Well, that's not too bad. 0.43 RMS. That's pretty good. Total's 1 arc second. Ooh, something went there. Almost done. We got 5 more seconds for the next frame. Take a look at that. Oh, that one's a little bit darker. That's pretty good. I want to zoom in on this guy. Oops, I zoomed in way too much. Let's go back out a little bit here. see what the stats are on this thing here. Yeah, I'm saturating this guy. I'm actually running a little too long. I'm saturating some of the stars. Yeah, a little bit of bloating. All right. I'm actually maybe running a little too long for the camera. See what time is it here? It's 11 o'clock. Moon's going to rise a little bit after 12, so I got another hour before moonrise. So far, everything's working good. Yep, we're up there. We're peaking right at the rail. I'm actually overdriving the camera. I mean, the image a little bit, saturating on the stars. These brighter ones, and these aren't even very bright stars. I wonder if I can determine what bright. I can look at those two. Let me take a look at that. Let's go zoom in on this thing. That's this star here is 10th magnitude, 10.37, 11th. Yeah, that nova's right here. See, this star is here. That one's 12.9, and the supernova's right there. We'll take a look at the image that I've got. Come up across this guy, and then you go across the core. I think it's right here. Those two, and then these two right here. I think. In any case. Yeah, we're getting this 12th magnitude. We're saturating on the 12th, on these 10s, easily. Let's minimize this and take a look again here. Yeah, this one's saturated. Let's look at the values here. Yeah. Just finish another frame. So I'm actually exposing a little too long for these stars, hitting the rail on the camera. But this is, I think this is the supernova right here. According to the reference that I've got. No, I can't show it the color version on the fly apparently. Let me see if we got any help on that. Let's see what this has to say. Alright, I already know about that. I got all this going. Don't need information about that. I already got that going. Already got that going. Let me see. Let me do a search on DeBayer preview. Not found. Alright. How about just DeBayer? Not found. Alright. Preview. One shot color. That's not what I want. Well, alright. Let's see if we can find anything in here that's useful. Alright, I know how to do that already. I'm already doing that. Let's see. Da, da, da. Yeah. It's funny, I haven't even read through this yet. I got it all up and running without reading through it. Blind luck. I actually ran my Canon on here. What was it, last night? Friday night. Yeah, last night. No, I would have been Friday night. It was cloudy last night. I already got the auto guide working. I already got the temperature set. I already focused it. Blah, blah, blah. Already auto stretched. This is something I want to look into, and that is the automatic centering. Yeah, I'll be working on that. That'll be a future thing. I already know how to run that. Well, I tell you what, these images are getting darker as we're getting up there, and it must be because I'm getting out of the soup. The background's getting darker on us here, which is good. Getting farther and farther up out of the horizon. Already know how to zoom. Pausing and boarding. Yeah, I'll save my profile. Let me just do that. Yep, save. Focusing. This thing will actually autofocus. I don't even need focus lock to do it, but I've gotten used to focus lock working with it, so, and it works great. So I'm not even going to change that. Nothing about preview. Preview window. Yeah, this hasn't changed anything. All right. I guess we'll look at it sometime. See how we're doing here. Yeah, getting bumps up to our 2 arc seconds. But the data here is pretty good. 0.4 RMS is pretty good for here. If I'm down in this range, I'm doing pretty good with the scope. Ooh, the deck just wandered off. Holy moly! I know there's no wind out there, so might be a little bit backlash in the This guy really wandered. It's interesting. Let's see what our focuser's doing here. Let's see what the focuser's set at. 738. All right. It's still working good. Yep. It's keeping it as tight as it can. This background's been getting darker each frame, which tells me it's coming up off the horizon. Let's see how far off we are today now. Last I checked was 26. Let's do it again. Center. Still says 26. Why is that? Interesting. Find. Huh. That usually refreshes when I do that. You notice the scope says it's pointing here. That's because I bumped it to center it. I wasn't exactly on it. And I'm not going to resync it though. I could, as long as those coordinates are accurate. So it even has the differences there. Because I'm not going to move the scope anyways. Yeah, it's at 27 degrees altitude now. 31. All right. I wonder if I should go more than 2 hours. The only reason I decided not to go more than 2 hours is because the moon's going to rise in about an hour. So I'm going to have the moon up in the last bit anyways. This guy's going to finish in an hour and 15 minutes, so about 12:30. Anyhow, I'll take this one object for tonight, and then Terry Privet. No, any good beginner astrophotography cameras? Well, that's that's a loaded question, Terry. I assume you're still here. That's a loaded question. Depends on what you want to do. There's a plethora of cameras. You want to do planetary? There's a lot of smaller cameras that have the ability to do high frame rates. If you want to do planetary, um, I mean, you could go with QHY cameras for deep sky. You could go with SBIG. You could go with ZWO. There's a plethora. You could go with Starlight Express. That's really it depends on what you want to do. I know some guys that have the QHY 5 and the QHY 8 one shot colors for deep sky. They do pretty well with those. The camera I've got right now is a ZWO ASI 071. That's the one I'm using right now. It's got a big chip on it. It's a half frame, I guess, APS-C size chip. You can see what the results are here as far as size. I believe my diameters or my sizing is this is 40 arc minutes by 39. It doesn't actually show it shows it rather squared. I'm surprised it does that. I may not even be showing the whole thing. That might be part of it. But anyways, I take it back. It's I think 39 by 29 is my arc minutes is my framing size. Hopefully I caught you and you haven't left. I see how there's only two watching, so there's only one other person. I'm assuming that's you, Terry, but it might not be. Let's take a look at this histogram again. Yeah, let's stretch that up there a little bit. This might come out to be kind of nice. Got some bloated stars. 4 minutes, like I said, might be too long. Let's see what this focus is doing here. It's a pretty good centroid. 748. It's been bouncing between 720 and 750, 760. So we're down in the very small increments, really. Ooh, this one came back dark. The sky is darkening up on me. Getting out of that northeast haze. Right. Okay, Terry. Very good. So, yeah, I mean, you want to do DSO, you might want to get a monochrome camera with filters. I decided to get a one-shot camera because I don't want to deal with filters at this time. Um, this camera holds retails for 1,400. I got on sale for, or actually it's 1,480. I got it sale for 1,280. It's a pretty good sized chip. Um, Again, it depends on what you wanna do. It's a one-shot color. Here, I'll type in the model I got so that you have a reference. Um, that's the one I'm using. It's not a $5,000 one. It's not a $500 one. It's kind of in that mid-range, and it's got a pretty deep well. I think it's 46K, so it collects a lot of photons before it goes bloated. These images are 4-minute images I'm taking. I've stretched it so we can see it. Um, I mean, if I move this histogram, you know, all the way to open, that's the raw file before you stretch it. But I've been stretching it so I can see it, and that's kind of a nice feature in this software. So I bring that down, bring this up like this, so I can actually see the object real easy. And again, what I've been after tonight was this supernova that's right here. It was easy to get. I got it in the very first shot, but I figure I'll take a couple hours of images, stack this, and maybe this galaxy will look kind of nice once I'm done. We're guiding good. It's tracking well. Everything's working good tonight. I'm really happy with the setup. I started working on it last fall. And this software I just started working this weekend. And I like it. Does all the things I want it to do. My only complaint about this camera is it doesn't have a shutter on it. So I have to actually go out and cover the scope to do my dark frames, which is no big deal. It's just that it's a hassle. I end up not even taking dark frames half the time. If I remember to do it tonight, I'm not sure I'll be up another. I'll probably still be up in another hour. But Oh, Terry, okay. I'm actually running remote. I've got a laptop running in the observatory right now, and I've got a remote desktop from my den in the house. I'm 150 feet away from the observatory. What you're seeing is the virtual display from the laptop on my main computer here, which, by the way, is a much wider screen, so I can put more. I have more real estate when I do it this way. Works out pretty good. I really don't even need this up. Just set this right here. It's pretty good frame rate. There we go. And actually, down here, I can watch my pH2 graph too, right there. I'm going to pull one of these down and process it here. Where's my observatory? There it is. Oh, I didn't make a new date. It's okay. Yeah, let's see here. You didn't save my. Interesting. Let's do by date modified here. There we go. This is the latest one. Let's copy that guy. And let's put it right here. I'm going to process one of these while this is running. So let's see here. Let's do an auto. Let's see here. We're going to process this guy. Automatic background extract, subtract, subtraction, discard, go. Oh, I didn't want to do that yet. I got to debayer it first. Let's debayer this guy. is correct. Okay. And we're going to do a this and that. There we go. Let's minimize that. Now we got a working one. And now let's take this, close that, close that. Let's take this one and do a stretch on it. This is a single image, guys. If you decide to pull one off and process it and see what we get with one image. So let's bring up the previewer and let's track our changes and see what we do here. Stretch the heck out of it. This is only one frame. I haven't stacked anything because I'm still collecting data off the other computer. I just wanted to do this for grins. Pull that down to about right there. Execute. And let's take that. Let's close this. Actually, I need to do something else with this. Hang on a second. Let's close this. Let's do this again. This one is... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. Let me start this again. Automatic background extract. There we go. Alright, that's good. Let's close this. And now we want to do a color calibration. So let's bring that up. We'll use this as our color base. Let's see, let's find a spot over here. We'll use this as our reference, background reference. And this is going to be preview 1. And this is going to be preview 2. Okay. And execute. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we delete that. Now we go to the histogram. Histogram. Let's go to preview, track. Let's mess with those now. Again, this is just one image out of all of them. I haven't stacked anything yet. So we'll stretch that quite a bit. There we go. Now we've done that. Let's close this. Let's bring up the curves. Again, we go to preview. Let's see what we can do with this here. Preview the RGB. Let's bring down the top end a little bit. Let's bring this midsection up again. And let's see if we can bring this down just a bit. Too much. I'll do that with the luminosity. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Bring that down. Bring this up. Bring this down. Actually, sharpen it up just a bit. There we go. That actually, for a single frame, doesn't look that bad. Just wait until I stack all these bad boys. That'll look really cool. But anyways, that's the Nova. Let's see, let's look at this alpha channel here. This doesn't do anything, so I don't need to mess with that. Alright. Let's see what the hue does here. Too much green. Too much purple. We'll leave that. Let's apply that. Now let's close this and take a look at what we got. Alright. There's a single frame. When I get 30 of these stacked, all this noise will go away. What's really cool is it only took me one shot to get the supernova that's sitting right here. Look at all this penetration I get with this camera and that 10-inch. It's amazing. I'll have to do some serious looking at some good deep sky catalogs to see how deep I'm going stellar wise. I'd really like to know. I've been able to get 17th magnitude galaxies in 4 minutes. I'll bet I'm getting much better on the star side. I still have that vignetting's moved from, it used to be up in this upper corner down to this lower corner since I rotated the camera. I don't know. Anyhow, let's see how our exposures are doing here. Oh, that one's pretty nice. Actually, I could download a few of these and start stacking them. How many do I have? Well, hell, I got 16 frames. I could do that now. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see here. Let's do a new folder here. GC 6945. And we're going to cut this one and put it in here. Paste. I'm going to pull some images off of the Observatory computer here. I've got a second screen here I'm looking at, guys, so bear with me. Sequence generator. Let's see, when did I start that? That's right here. All these guys here. So I'm going to pull them all. I'm going to pull these. Copy. And paste. Now this may take a little bit of time because the wireless is not real fast out there. I'm only running about 4 or 5 megabytes per second transferring them. So it's got 15. This may take about 5 minutes. Nope, it says it'll take about 2 minutes. So while I'm acquiring data here, I'm transferring there. I can stack them and do some processing on them. That'll be kind of fun. I'm so glad I did this. Set the system up last fall. This has really been fun. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see if my transfer is completed yet. Skip this file. All right. So while we're acquiring, I'm going to get 30 images. I've got 16 I'm going to stack right now. So I'll bring up Deep Sky Stacker. There we go. And we're going to open up these files. Let's go to this one. I'm going to open these up. Select all. How come you're not selecting all here? Select, Shift, Open. Let's see, check all of them. I believe I got the Bayer turned on. Let me check that. Yes, okay. We're good there. And register pictures. We'll take the best 80%. I got 16, which means it'll 13 or 14 of them stack. Say okay, okay, and we're gonna stack these guys. Meanwhile, the camera's still taking images while I'm processing on my main computer in the house here, and the laptop's doing all the work at the observatory, so I'm not interfering with it at all. I could lose connection to that laptop and it'll continue going. So that's why I did it this way. The laptop does all the control work of the observatory, and then I can process images here in the den. Let this run through there. This will create a TIFF file. And then I'll open the TIFF file in PixInsight and play with it. And stacking them. All right, it took 12 of the 16. These are pretty good numbers. Doesn't have to shift it much at all. I'm tracking really good. The offset's really tiny and there's no angle change, which means I'm not, I have no field rotation going on. That one was a little off, -1 pixel. Aligning all the channels. And this will be almost white. That's what happens when it stacks all of them, and I'll take care of that in PixInsight. Yep. So now that that's done, okay, I minimize this. And we're still collecting some pretty good stuff right now. Well, it looks like it's gotten darker there. Let me brighten that up a little bit. There we go. Now you can see the All right, now I'm going to bring up, I've got Insight open. So we're going to close this because I'm not going to save it. I just want to look at it real quick. Take these out, take this out, and we'll open up the TIFF file. And there's the TIFF file. All right. First thing we're going to do is work on the extraction of the background. Okay. That's the one we'll work with. And let's move this off over there. Then we're going to take do a color calibration. And we'll move this over here. And let's see here. I'm going to use this as the primary color. And we'll use a little spot over here as the background. And then we go up here, select preview 1. We go here, select preview 2, say OK, execute. All right, done that. Delete all. Now we go to the histogram. Let's do a live view. And yeah, their signals are really much stronger now with all the. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And the vignetting's still there too. Oh well. Let's move this down a little bit, just a bit. I want to keep all the colors in there. There we go. And we'll stretch it. We're going to stretch it out there. Not quite that much. Maybe right about there. Okay, execute. That's our image. Turn this off. Close. Let's go to curves. Let's turn this on. Reset. All right, now we play. Let's see here. Let's move this down here. No, too much green. Too much purple. Let's reset that. Let's go to here. Bring that down. Bring this up. Let's go up here and bring this guy down here. Get a little more sharp there. And let's stretch this up here. A little bit like that. Let's go back down here and take a look at this. A lot of blue in there. I don't know why. Man, the blue's the dominant. And the sky there. Let's grab this one and see what we can do with that. Nice and black, but the galaxy disappears on us. Let's see if we can stretch this down on the. Oh, there we go. Don't oversaturate it too much, Doug. Look at all the blue popping out of those blue stars. Look at that. Going to midtones here. That looks pretty good. Let me see what we can do here. Now, burning the core out. I don't want to do that. Let's bring this over here. lot of blue stars in that galaxy. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's go to luminance here and see what we can do with that. Yeah. You can do all kinds of weird things with this. I mean, I can make this thing look really ridiculous. But those little wisps are pretty subtle. Let's see what we can do with this guy. Bring the dark down. No. No. It's just going to be blue. Let me see if I can do something about the blue channel here. Oops. Don't want to do that. Nah. I don't really want to mess with that too much. Alright. Let's go back to the luminance here. See if I can darken it up a little bit. Too much. Well, that's not too bad. So there we go. There's 12 images stacked. Still pretty noisy. There's no dark frames. I may get out there a little bit later and take some dark frames, and we'll add that to this. Plus, I'll have another 20 images to work with. So this is what I got so far. 12 frames out of the 30 stacked. We're still taking images. So 70% through with, I got 21 images now. And this, I couldn't wait. I had to stack some. So we'll put a preliminary up here. Let's do a save as 6945 12 stack, no darks. Save that away. Oh, let's see here. Save as. I want to save a PNG file. Yeah, I'm not doing anything special here on this processing at all. So just some rudimentary stuff. Save a JPEG file. I'm going to go 100%. Okay, let's minimize that. Let me close this guy. Let's minimize this. Back to the acquisition layer. Run on the laptop. I can publish it now. Boy, I tell you what, I really love this system. This works so well. It's not real professional, but it works great anyways. I used to do astrophotography back in the 70s on film. My first image out of this new system was so much better than anything I ever did on film. My wife always says I got a big ass grin on my face when I come in from the working with this thing. It's fun. Let's see, we're on frame 23. Everything seems to be holding steady. Got about 30 minutes left on my exposures. Ooh, I got a bad image there. Ooh, yep, look at that. Something, something took out the guider there for a minute. Wow. So that one we can throw away. We're going to mark this one as bad. Yep, that one's bad. I come to the conclusion that maybe bats are flying into my telescope once in a while. It went bump in the night. I've had that happen every once in a while. Either that or I'm getting a hitting a spot on the gear system on the RA that's um, doing some weird stuff. But that one definitely went south on me there. I got another one going south on me right now. What's the heck? What's going on here? Wow. That one, the RA just bumped down to 12 arc seconds. That frame's going to be bad too. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if I'm hitting a dead spot or something in the gear. Interesting. The other thing that causes this sometimes, let me look at this image here, is something will go through and catch the guide star like a satellite, but I don't see anything on this frame. Interesting. It's all in one direction too. It's just in the RA. We're going to get another bad image back from this one too. because that bumped out 12 arc seconds. I don't know. I've had that happen before. I'm not sure if it's a wind gust or I've actually got a problem with the RA once in a while. Hmm. But that's why you take 30 exposures in case something goes bonkers on you there. Yep, so that's two images that it has happened on. Yep, this one bumped too. I got to mark this one as bad. Yep. That's a very cool feature. You see a bad one, you can mark it and it'll take another one for you. I like it. I can drop this back down to 4, I think. Yeah, we're plus or minus 1 arc second now. I have to kind of monitor for the, let's go 100 frames. Yeah, here's that big bump that it took back. Interesting. Oh, the deck's going nuts on me now. 2 plus or minus 2 arc seconds. I wonder what's going on out there. I may have to run out there and see if there's any indication of something bizarre going on. I hate to go out there and find there's a deer in my observatory. It's kind of cool. You look at this image here and then you pull up what I've processed, and it's just amazing what processing will do. Hmm. Lots of noise in there though. I gotta take some dark frames. I'll do that when I go out to close up. I'll take about 5 dark frames and I can use those for my final stack. And then I'll go to bed. I'm not gonna run all night. I gotta be up at 7 o'clock for a meeting in the morning. Fortunately, I took about an hour's nap after the family took off. I came over for Mother's Day. There we go. There's a pretty good one there. Auto guider is setting. What is this? Settling. Okay. That's interesting. It waited for the auto guider to settle before it started an exposure. I like it. It's got some smarts in it. Let me see how much it's moving on the pixels though. The pixels are pretty good. It's 1 or 2 pixels. My pixels are in this field of view are about half an arc second per pixel. Well, I take that back. This is the primary, or this is the guiding camera. I think the pixel size is, if I recall, about 1 arc second per pixel. Now that I think about it, might be 8/10 of a pixel. Yeah, those little bumps really knocked this guy out, but overall it's still pretty good. Boy, I really like this tool. It's doing some things that I didn't know it would do. It actually waited for the guider to settle down before it started the next image, which is good. Yeah, I'm going to buy this. This works lots better than me having the separate windows up, separate functions. I could probably, supposedly I can use this to have it autofocus on the primary camera, but as long as I've got the two parfocal, this guy works really good with the guide star. That was the whole point behind getting it. I'm using the guide star as a guider and a focuser, or a focusing point. A little bit of vignetting down there. Not supposed to get any vignetting off of this on-ag system with this chip. That's why I'm a little concerned why that's happening. But in general, it works good. Terry, is that you still watching? Or is it somebody else? No, it's 6945, Steve. Did I, oh, what an idiot. I put the wrong one in there, didn't I? What is it? Am I on the wrong one? Am I on the wrong one? I might be. I thought I was looking at, yeah, I had the right star patterns. Let me take a look here. Um, it's 6946, which is actually what I'm on, if I recall. Let me check to see where I'm at. 6946, sorry. Yeah, it's called a brain fart, Steve. I have those often. Comes with age. I'm on 6946. I just typed it in wrong here. I'll update that. Oh gosh, some days are like that. Let's fix that. All right, let's edit this. Edit post. Done editing. All right. Oops, that was silly. Okay, we're back. Let's see how these things are doing here. All right, we're on 25. I turned off two of the bad ones. We're still collecting some pretty good ones here. All right. Still acquiring data. I got, looks like 5 more to go here. Yep. And the moon's coming up too, I think. So I may end up, this may be the last set. I could go for another 4 hours, I suppose, but with the moon out, I don't think it'll improve any. I could always hit this another night when the moon's gone, but I think the moon just came up. Let me see here. Let's see here. Oops. What are you doing here? Let me see where if the moon has come up yet. Let's scroll over here. Not quite yet. Not yet. Looks like it's coming up though. There's a little glow here. I think the moon's about to pop off the horizon. Yep, these backgrounds are getting brighter. This one looks like it got bumped too. Let me see here. Yes, it did. I'm going to mark this one as bad. Yep. Hmm. Something's going on with the mount. It's three frames it's jumped on me here. I know we have bats out here, and I have an open roof, roll off roof. And I know the bats sometimes fly through there. They could be actually bumping it, but it's either that or the RA is having a problem. I have no way to verify that right now, though. So I've had to mark three of these bad. Yeah, this one got a little bump. Interesting. It's happened three times tonight already. I don't know if it's maybe so well balanced that the pulse is pushing it out and then it's slapping the back. I usually try to east weight it, which reminds me I got to work on that. I was going to do something about that, and I haven't gotten that done yet. I did slide that weight up a little bit. I need to put that. There's a little mechanism I want to put on the RA shaft to keep it east weighted all the time. I keep forgetting to work on that. What's your two notifications? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, clear all. I guess I better watch this. Because this guy, oh, we got a satellite through this last one. This one's pretty good. Doesn't look like it got bumped. All right, good. I should be listening to my tunes. Yep, this is definitely the supernova right here. I'm looking at the other. These two are coming off of there. I'm looking at the reference star here. And there's this one. That one's this one's 13.2. And this one is. This is the supernova. If I got this right here, there's some pointers coming across. I think it's that one there. Because these two are going away. That's tracking pretty good here. I'm actually taking 33 images because I've already marked three of them as bad, and the software automatically will say, okay, I'll take another one. I like this software. It's pretty nice. I'm looking at that color image, and I have some darker background. It's almost like there's some nebulosity out there. Interesting. That's probably because it's not flats. I haven't taken any flats. But for doing this in my comet work, you know, having noise in an image is irrelevant to me. Just looking for supernova and doing comets, this works just fine. If it happens to take a pretty picture of a nice galaxy, so be it. I'm tickled pink with this system, man. It's like I said, I used to do astrophotography with film, and I could never get anything like this back in those days. This is just awesome. I mean, I took 16 images, decided to just process them, and look what I get out of it. It's just, it's like, wow. Yep, it's noisy. Lots of, lots of, lots of noise. I'll take some darks tonight before I go to bed. So this says I've got 3 more to do, as long as I get 3 more good ones. And then I'll take some darks. I'll go out there and cover the scope and take about 5 darks. That'll be about 20 minutes worth. And then I'll go to bed. That's interesting. That's way over there. There's a little flare coming off there. I need to look at that. I may have an object just outside the field of view here. Let's see, where is it centered again? That I didn't even notice. It's not this one, is it? What is this? No, that's too far away. It's right over here. It must be a stellar flare coming off one of these two stars just out of the field of view. I noticed that I got a little spike over here in the image. Huh. Interesting. This is that one. This guy right here is 10th magnitude. It's a little bit on the reddish orange. Where is that? Interesting. I don't have anything on here, so it's got to be one of these stars off the edge. This is reversed from my camera point of view. It's flipped. It would have been something down here. One of these stars down here is just creeping in on the edge over here. Alright. Oops. Didn't mean to minimize that. Let's bring that back up. I need to minimize this. I think the moon's up. We're starting to get this bright sky background. Yeah, I'm almost done anyway. It's got 2 more frames. Then I'm going to go out and do the dark frames, and then we'll be done. Let's look east here. Yeah, see the moon's coming up. The moon's right on the horizon right now. I'm quite a ways from it, but the sky is obviously glowing, starting to get bright. Because these background's getting bright, and the moon's starting to wash it out. So this is a good set of runs. Finish up real quick here. We got 1 more to go, and then I'm gonna have it take darks. I want to delay this. I don't know if it'll just continue to take. Yeah, it's not going to take a darks until I cover it. That's okay. I'll just let this finish. And I'll take my darks when I get outside. We're going to be done in about 3 minutes here. Assuming my tracking's doing okay. Yeah, we're good. All right, we'll be signing off here in a few minutes. I'm not going to stay up much later. I'll get this done. I'll get to bed by 1:30. I have to get up at 6:30 tomorrow, or this morning. Normally I would let this run. I'd take probably another 3 hours worth, but with the moon up, it's not worth the effort. So I got done what I wanted to get done tonight. As soon as this sequence is done, it'll park the scope. So all I have to do is go out there and put the covers on and run my darks. In fact, I'll just start the dark. In fact, I'll close the observatory up and run the darks and go to bed. I'll transfer everything in the morning. Yeah, you can tell the sky's getting bright. Had another satellite go right through the galaxy there. Pretty dim one, too. More seconds. This last frame will be done. So we gotta get any bumps. No, I'm not gonna run it, so we'll dismiss it and we're done. And I want to keep the cooler on. Good. And I'm going to stop guiding. And I'm going to park the scope. It would have parked it for me, but I'm just going to manually park it here. I'm going to park it in the home position. Okay. Now I got to go cover the scope and I'll have it start the darks and then I'm going to bed. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks for joining.